Hey, what's going on everyone? Back with another action figure review. Today we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Retro Vintage Carded Invisible Woman. As we can see, coming in this beautiful retro carded, Toy Biz throwback. It looks fantastic, no pun intended. You can see here through the window packaging. On the back side we get the rest of the wave and a read up at the top, or in the middle I should say, that reads, after receiving superpowers, Sue Storm Richards co-founds the Fantastic Four and emerges as the single most powerful member of the group. As you can see, the rest of the wave is the wave of 6, including High Evolutionary, Psycho Man, Human Torch, The Thing, and Reed Richards himself. If you guys are interested in the wave, check out the links down in the description below where you guys can pick up yourself a set. So here we have Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, out of the package, and she is visible in this form. This is not her invisible form. Actually, Hasbro is going to release a completely invisible, translucent Sue Storm as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So that is the true Invisible Woman. I guess we can call this one the Sue Storm figure, and it's looking pretty okay. It comes with a couple of accessories if you count the hands here. So we get the open hands on the figure, then we get a pair of fists right here, and then last but not least we get this effect piece, which I don't think we've gotten before, so that's really dope. I like that. It's like a little force shield, invisible type thing. It's translucent. It's really cool. I like that. It's always cool to get effects, so happy with that. That's all she comes with, so let's take a closer look at the figure. Alright, so here's a closer look at the figure. We can take a look at the head sculpt and hair. And let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. The head sculpt kinda sucks. Don't get me wrong, Hasbro, I love you guys, but this ain't it. So clearly, there has been some backlash on the head sculpt of this figure ever since this figure was shown. Obviously, by the time they showed the figure, it was kind of too late in the production to change it. I never expected that to happen. But hopefully one day we can get a head sculpt packed in with some other figure where you could just snap onto this figure to please the people that really don't like this head sculpt, including myself. I hate to be, so negative, but I'm just not feeling this head sculpt. I guess it's okay. It's definitely different, but it's just off to me. It definitely does look like a very old school head sculpt, if that makes sense. Like if you look at the very old comics from the 60s, 70s, whatever, it looks like this is what the character would look like on those comic books, instead of like someone really young. If anything, she looks really old, I guess I should say. If you look at the box art, you really realize what we're missing, What's really off about this head sculpt? Here you go. And that. It really did not translate well. And if you look at this, the hair is sculpted exactly how it's drawn here. Exactly. And then the face is just like, who is that? Hasbro, get us a head sculpt that looks like this, and we'll be good. Alright, so moving on from the head, we can look at the number 4 there on the torso, and it looks very clean. That looks nice. Going down to my abdominal section of the figure, I don't know what's going on there. I got some scrapes of the plastic. It's like flaking off. If you see that there. Hasbro, why you do me like this? So yeah, that QC issue right there is a little bit of a bummer, but I'm sure this is just my figure and not every single one. Going down to the legs, nothing too special down here, and there's the back side with the peg over there. You have seen this body mold plenty times before, so really no point again in going through the articulation of the figure unless you guys really want to see it. But the head is definitely hindered by the hair going up and down, and then left and right definitely have some more movement going left and right. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. Arms, you see there, we get no bicep swivel, we get single jointed elbows, and standard articulation for this body mold. We've got the diaphragm joint there, no waist swivel, got the double jointed knees. So all good here. It is definitely not the brand new female mode with the pinless double joints yet, but we are definitely getting there. Alright, so this effect piece, it has a hole in there that is perfectly shaped for her right hand. So it's only really for her right hand. And you just place it in there, and there you go. Perfectly in there. So that's really nice. Definitely one of the best aspects of this figure release here. Alright, so here we have our retro Sue Storm next to our Walgreens exclusive Sue Storm. This release has the translucent arms to show that invisibility effect, kind of transitioning in or out from it. So that's really cool. We have yet to get a fully translucent one. Again, we are going to get that, making it I guess the first, or at least the first time in a long time Hasbro's released one of those. But till then, this is what we have here, and something that's very drastically different, aside from the head sculpts, is the blue. Man, look at the blue on the retro vintage. It just looks so good. It just pops. It is so classic. I really, really love the white and blue on this body. It's so good. And speaking of the body, these are the same exact bodies. They look so different. The paint just throws it off. It looks like a new sculpt or a different sculpt on the retro vintage on the left side, but it's not. It's the same exact body. Even the same hands right now. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. What's your favorite Sue Storm, Walgreens or retro vintage? Alright, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Here's the head swap between the Walgreens Sue Storm and the retro one. We got it on the retro body. That looks good. I definitely do prefer this head sculpt over the one we got. With that said, I do hope we eventually get this likeness. Up next, we have Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, from this very retro vintage wave. Of course, we have the matching blues and whites, so these go together very well, as they should. And then here we have Sue next to the Thing. So far, we have 3 members reviewed and opened up. Let's see if I can get them in there. Of the Fantastic Four, we're only missing Johnny Storm, so stay tuned for that one.